for Thursday, August 19th, 2021. Madam Clerk, Christie, would you please call the roll?
Absolutely. Trustee Gutierrez? Here. Trustee Porter?
Here.
Trustee Bancole?
Here.
Trustee Prigi?
Here.
Trustee Husani?
Here.
And Trustee Kemper is out of town.
Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We have a motion to accept the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any changes to the agenda? Hearing none. Madam Christie, call the
Yes.
roll.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole? Yes. Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez? Yes. Motion carried.
Thank you. No presentations are scheduled. Town hall session. Anyone for town hall?
Nope.
No? Very good. Village President's report. I spoke today before the National Association of Real Estate Professionals, the Chicago North Chapter, whose mission is to educate and empower Hispanic home buyers and sellers. Former Lieutenant Governor Evelyn Sanguinetti also spoke as the Executive Director of Hope Fair Housing Center out of Wheaton. I invited her to come on September 12th? When is the, September 14th to the event. What's the name of it? The Best Series. It's, it'll be Spanish. I'm gonna leave the details for you, Lisa. But I did invite her. If she's open, she'll come. The end of September, I'll be at Wall Camp in Kingston, Illinois, where I annually join the sixth graders class at Trinity Lutheran for an outdoor study. And I'll return Thursday evening for our strategic planning workshop. Number 4, looking forward to Corks and Crafts, September 18th. And I believe that's coming through nicely. We'll all be there, hopefully. I visited Springwood Middle School this week and participated in a back-to-school video where it was quite good. They're really getting the kids involved in helping others, contributing in the community, and being it's a word Herb uses all the time, relevant in our community. So they want to help one another. So it's all good. It was nice. And I received an invite to golf to support Jesse White Tumblers, and I was joined by Herb Porter, and trustees Syed and Porter. And I was wore out at the end of that. So thank you very much. We have a motion to approve by honest vote items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second.
And those are items 7A1 through 7A4.
Correct.
I'd like to look at item 7A3 and 7A4 for discussion. I'd like to remove that for discussion.
Which one do you want to look at?
He wants to remove 7A3 and 7A4, so the consent agenda then would be 7A1 and 7A2.
Okay.
Remove it.
Sorry.
Christie?
Can we also remove 7A2?
What'd you say?
She wants to remove 7A2. You just might as well remove them all then, because there's going to be one vote on one, so you just might as well remove them all.
Okay.
Okay, remove all items from the consent.
Great.
All right.
Start with 7A1.
Christie, well, there's nothing to call the roll.
No, 7A1 is the first item
Oh,
of business.
yeah, but I mean, we're not putting anything in consent, so there's no roll call.
No, someone has to make a motion concerning 7A1. The next item on the agenda is 7A1.
7A1. I was trying to make a point. I had a motion
Oh,
removing things, but
no, you don't need a motion.
no, don't need the motion. Okay. 7A1, motion to approve the fourth year of a 5-year contract with Snow Systems Wheeling, Illinois, for snow removal in the commuter parking lots in accordance with the 4-page bid proposal, which $30,200 is budgeted for FY '21.
So moved.
We have a motion? We have a second? Discussion? Hearing none? Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani? Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Motion
Very
passes.
good. 7A2, motion to approve a contract with Synagro Central LLC for biosolids dewatering for amounts not to exceed $211,680 FY '21-22, $216,000 for FY '22-23, and $219,240 for FY '23-24, and authorize the village manager to execute the necessary documents.
So
We have a-
moved.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion?
Yes, I do have one question. So we had 2 different companies respond to the bid for this contract, and one of them was in Illinois and the other one was in Maryland. And so I was just wondering, were there not any more Illinois-based companies to accept this bid, or is this so specific of a process that there are only a couple in the country? I was just hoping I could get a little bit more information on that.
Good evening. Yeah, in this
Good evening.
case, that company actually does have a local presence. They're based out of Maryland, so that's why it says of Maryland. There is a third company also based in Illinois that chose not to bid for, we thought they chose not to for whatever reason.
Oh, okay, so they chose not to bid.
Right.
And then-
But it's not terribly uncommon sometimes to see the local, even though there is a local presence, to see an out-of-state incorporation.
Okay, so they do have a local presence here. Sorry,
Yes.
I must have missed that. I just only saw the Maryland listed, Baltimore, Maryland.
It's a long way to drive.
Yeah. And do you know where their local presence is?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Okay, so we're working directly with headquarters in Baltimore? For this specific-
That's where the bid came from.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Christie, call the roll.
Yes. Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani? Trustee Gutierrez? Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. 7A3, move to pass a resolution supporting a Class 7C real estate tax incentive for the benefit of the property located at 7460 Barrington Road, Hanover Park, Illinois, pursuant to the Cook County Real Property Assessment Classification Ordinance.
So moved.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. Discussion?
Yes, I just had a couple of questions on this. I was trying to get an understanding of the intent of the ordinance here. So first off, it says in order for this property to be eligible for the ordinance that we're putting forward, it has to meet several criteria for consideration, including demonstration of need, public benefit, and community support. Where did that take place? How has that happened? What's the evidence that those 3 criteria have been met, for us to make this recommendation?
in November, I had presented all of that detail, and I'll be happy to go over that again.
Just give me a summary. I don't
Yeah,
need you to-
sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So the property taxes that are assessed for these two locations make it unlikely for a business to be able to succeed. So the Cook County has this incentive. What they had provided to us as required by the criteria, how many jobs would be created, what kind of, and we also did an analysis for what happens when the property stays vacant versus what we'll be able to get in terms of food and beverage, in terms of what we will lose, whether in property taxes with or without 7C, and all of that, based on all of that analysis, we would actually come out ahead and we would be able to recuperate the cost of any lost revenue in 1 year. So the property tax incentive applies for 5 years, but we will be able to recuperate our lost revenue through food and beverage and sales tax if a business is able to locate there and move forward. So that analysis is the detail that was provided in November. What happened since then is that county hadn't taken any action on the request, and the way they were determining the 12-month of vacancy, they needed additional information, and that has now been provided for the 12-month vacancy the way Cook County looks at it. And that's why they needed a renewed resolution of support.
Okay, so they met that
They
that,
do.
requirement
Right.
for
We require,
vacancy.
correct.
Vacancy
Right.
requirement. And secondly, with the village giving that type of tax incentive to the property owner, what type of input will the village and will this board and the village in general have over the type of businesses that go into those properties? Will we have any input or any involvement?
Yes. So for both of these, one of these properties is where Tap House. So at the time when we brought this in, there were two businesses that were poised to go in, and both of the businesses were ones that the village wanted to recruit. One was Tap House, the corporate. You remember the franchisee had closed down. The corporate was willing to go in if they could get this tax break. Similarly, Smoothie King was poised to sign the lease if they could get this tax break. So they both signed the leases in anticipation of the village supporting the resolution. The request was submitted to Cook County. It has taken them this long and prodding from us to figure out what is it that they need in order to act on it. They asked for additional information, which is now being provided, and hopefully it gets approved by the assessor's office.
So them signing the leases was contingent on getting this
Correct.
this tax incentive?
Yes. Yeah.
Any other questions?
I do have one question. So to clarify, for these two businesses, they demonstrated need out of the options that are available to them? Public benefit, community support, they demonstrated the need option
Right.
initially?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Good questions. Thank you. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Husani. Trustee Gutierrez. Trustee Porter.
Yes.
Trustee Bancole.
Yes.
Trustee Prigi.
Yes.
Motion passes.
784, I think the same discussion. Move to pass a resolution supporting Class 7C real estate tax incentive for the benefit of the property located at 7600 Barrington Road, Hanover Park, Illinois, pursuant to the Cook County Real Property Assessment Classification Ordinance. We have a motion?
So moved.
Second? Thank you. Discussion?
It's been answered.
I think so, yeah. Christie, call the roll.
Yep. Trustee Gutierrez. Trustee Porter.
Yes.
Trustee Bancole.
Yes.
Trustee Prigi.
Yes.
Trustee Husani. Motion passes.
Thank you. 785, motion to authorize out-of-state travel for trustee Porter to attend the National League of Cities Summit Conference November 18 through 20, 2021 in Salt Lake City, Utah. That, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This is the same conference that I typically attend. The November 18th is a board meeting night, so you have the mayor and the deputy out of the box. I will come back, I called out, and on the 17th is when transportation meets, and that's my key component. So I will come back for the meeting on the 18th, even though my meetings are before the formal conference starts. But I'll be out there for that component. And I do support an additional trustee to attend these meetings in wherever they happen to be with the National League of Cities. And so trustee Porter has made that request, and I support that. Any discussion? Madam Clerk, Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani? Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Abstain.
And Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Motion
Thank you.
passes.
786, approve warrant 8/19/2021 in the amount of $940,851.42.
So moved.
We have a motion. We have a second. Discussion. Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Husani? Trustee Gutierrez? Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. 787, approve warrant paid in advance 7/31/2021 through 8/12/2021 in the amount of $438,043.11.
So moved.
Motion
Second.
and a second. Discussion. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Gutierrez? Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani? Motion passes.
Thank you. 788, approve June 2021 P cards in the amount of $17,232.53.
So moved.
We have a motion. We have a second. Discussion on the P cards. Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani? Trustee Gutierrez? Motion passes.
Thank you. Monthly treasurers, Juliana? I'm glad you made it back in time. I hope
Sorry,
you
it's
got your dad home okay.
No, but, monthly treasurer's report, July 2021 is included in the packet. If there's any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
This is pretty much the 6-month roll-up?
Yes, we'll actually have the detailed report for you at the next meeting.
Okay, okay. Any questions on the treasurer's report? Hearing none. Village clerk's report?
I have no report today.
No.
I know. Busy with budgets.
Corporation council report?
I have the same report as the village clerk.
You guys are working well together. Very good.
Making my easy.
Trustee Gutierrez.
So I'll be brief. I just want to thank Trustee Prigi, Trustee Bancole, President Rod, for supporting our own Salem businesses at their summer bash. They are planning a trunk or treat, so you'll see another permit rolling through here soon for October 30th. Myself and Edgar Candelas, who's on the Economic Development Committee, this Thursday, we went to as many of our Spanish-speaking businesses as we could to let them know about the BEST series, which is an awesome program that EDC has. And this one is going to take place September 14th in person. We're in person. That's amazing. And it's going to be in Spanish, and it's going to be about branding and how to establish that personal brand. So we have an expert coming in at 11, and on the doors we knocked and business owners we talked to, they're very interested because this is something that you know, they're small businesses. They really don't hire anyone to do this. They do it themselves. So we're excited about that, and hopefully Ms. Angonetti can come as well.
There was a lot of excitement when they saw the name.
Yeah, okay, great, that's very good. The Back to Business grants are open, they opened yesterday. There's $250 million that are especially specific and focused on disproportionately impacted areas, and there's areas in Hanover Park, so we've been, today while we knocked on doors, we also spread the word about that and how they can get help, and how here at the Village Hall, through Schuber's department as well, we can help with that information. For the for the Historic Committee, August 14th, 1958. Does that ring a bell?
It does.
Yeah, so we're 63 now, the village. The population back then was 305. Clyde West was the first police chief, and Chief Minot, his home was the first, that's where business took place, in his very own home. Aren't you lucky that that's not happened? You have such a nice place over there. So his home was the first police department, so just wanted to give you that information because we are collecting pictures, so if anybody's listening to us or watching us live on YouTube and they want to share some photos about their history here in Hanover Park, they can do so. There's actually a place that we can submit them online. If not, they can send an email to kpini@hpil.com. That's kpini@hpil.com. And we can get those pictures on our website and share them. And Dave Webb has been doing an excellent job of putting these together, because we'll be doing Throwback Thursdays or something like that as well. Other than that, I've been busy visiting schools and delivering masks for little ones. And that's it. That's the end of my report.
Thank you very much. Trustee Porter.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say I had a tremendous time at the FIA 75th anniversary of India independence. I won't steal your thunder on that, Saeed. I'll let you talk more to that. But it was a great event, and even though we had to cut out a little bit early, I just had a great time and renewing a lot of acquaintances that I've made with the community. It was just really well put on and well orchestrated and well organized. So congratulations to you and your organization for putting on an outstanding event. I also got to attend the Jesse White golf outing that the mayor mentioned at the Bloomingdale Golf Club. I met Jesse White when I was a youngster growing up in Inglewood, way back in the 60s, when I was playing for a Little League team when he was an alderman that he helped sponsor. He's got to be going on 80 years old or something now, but man, he's in great shape and such energy and such a dedicated community servant through the years. Just a wonderful individual. It was really good to see Mr. White again. I can't bring myself to call him Jesse, or Secretary White, to see him in that environment, and he spoke so eloquently to all of us, and it was a really good day. Spent time with the mayor and with Trustee Hussaini as we made complete fools of ourselves on the golf course, but we had a great time. It was a lot of fun. So that was a great event. In addition to that, I was a part of the Laurel Hill Back to School Bash and their first day of school. The Back to School Bash was just really an outstanding event to see all of the kids back after being quarantined and out of classes for over a year, to see the excitement on their faces, to be back in their classrooms, be back in class. It was outdoors behind the school, but still there were, the majority of people were masked. They were wearing masks. The kids were wearing masks and didn't seem to object to wearing the mask, seemed to have adapted to that new reality, which I'm very grateful for. And I was honored to sing the national anthem for the first day of school on the 16th for Laurel Hill School. Something that I actually look forward to now, to seeing all the kids and leading them in the singing of the national anthem. Just seeing those bright, eager faces just reminds me of the future and the promise that we have from our youth. And they are our future. They are the promise. So I was really honored to be able to participate in that. I want to report in terms of education that U46 has instituted a mask mandate for all of their students as per the governor's recommendation, and so U46 has implemented a mask mandate. And even with that, Larkin High School has already reported a major outbreak and in that school, and that's the first of what I'm hoping will be the only, but it's the first school to report a major outbreak, and they're now going through contract tracing and all of the different mitigation measures to control that. I would like to encourage anyone that's listening on YouTube and all of us here that we continue to model safe mitigation practices in our gatherings, that we don't relax our standards and put both our community, ourselves, and our families at risk in our eagerness to return to what life was pre-COVID. Keep our masks at ready. I'm separated here by panels for those on YouTube that may not be able to see it and wonder, well, why is this guy not wearing his mask? Because I am separated by glass panels here. But in all other situations, I am very diligent to wear my mask, and I would encourage all of our residents to continue to be diligent, as well as our staff and my fellow board members to continue to be diligent and participate in the mitigation. Washing our hands. I know we were all washing our hands ad nauseum prior to this. I think maybe we backed off a little bit and doing that now. When I shake someone's hand, and I've even started shaking hands again, which I was only doing fist bumps. And now when I shake hands, I'm like, oh man, I can't touch my face. I gotta find some hand sanitizer. I gotta clean up here. So it's going to be difficult. There are a lot of changes that we're going through, a lot of adjustments, and a lot of things that we're adapting to. But I think we can do it if we all stick together and encourage one another. And with that, that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Trustee Porter. Thought well taken. Trustee Benko?
Thank you. So recently, I virtually attended the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus, their environmental committee meeting, and this meeting really focused on greenhouse gas reduction activities like public electric vehicle charging stations, energy efficiency, renewable energy, and the many ways that these types of reduction activities can be implemented in your municipality. And so I really found this meeting to be very informative, very interesting. But more importantly, I am thankful that here in Hanover Park, we're already kind of having these conversations. And hopefully in the future, we can maybe even bring some of those reduction activities to fruition within the village. So last weekend was, in my opinion, very busy in Hanover Park. A lot of things happened. I was able to stop by the Old Salem Plaza for their summer business bash, and I really enjoyed meeting some of the business owners and getting to speak with them. But I do want to thank Trustee Gutierrez for the role that she played in making that event a reality. I was also able to stop by the Tanglewood Annual Barbecue, which also doubled as a talent show. It was a great event. But again, my hat's off to the DuPage Habitat for Humanity. They're just such a great organization, and time again, they just allocate so much time and resources and funding to really strengthening the Tanglewood neighborhood. And then I was also able to stop by the FIA Chicago celebration at the Veranda Retirement Community Center, and I found out that I just missed you, Mayor.
Oh, you did?
Right when I had arrived.
My heels were on fire.
But that event was great, and I just want to thank Dr. Gupta. She's just done so much with the Veranda retirement community and has really done a lot to support our seniors. And then the last thing I wanted to say is that every year our residents get the opportunity to provide feedback and voice their opinions on our budget process and now ARP money. And, you know, some might know this, some might not know this, but Cook County stands to gain $1 billion from American Rescue Plan funding, and $1 billion is a lot. And they are right now really trying hard to get feedback from the community as to what they should spend this money on. They've put out a survey. I took the survey. It's 2 minutes. It's literally 2 minutes long. And so I would really just encourage everyone to, if you just Google Cook County ARP, it's like the first or second link. And I would really just encourage everyone just to take this survey because this feedback is important. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Good report. Trustee Priggy.
No report.
Let's see, does that wrap it up? Oh, no, it's Trustee Husani. I know he can't wait to speak.
Thank you, Mayor. So this is Indian Independence Month, and usually it's a crazy busy month for me because I decided to be on 18 non-for-profit boards. Out of that, 10 celebrate extensively Indian Independence Day. So I've been exhausted right now, sitting here. I think literally in every 24 hours, last 2 weeks, I've had 4 hours of sleep. But it's exciting. It's something that we want to celebrate, and I'm happy to be part of. FIA did a great event in Hoffman State. Veranda, our own, did an event right here in Hanover Park. Naperville celebrated. Indian Consulate celebrated in Chicago. Several events happened throughout the Chicagoland. I celebrate not just Indian, but I also celebrate Pakistani Independence Day. That is just a day before. So that gets celebrated at the same time. Tomorrow I've been called by Maine Township to celebrate Pakistan Independence Day. So that celebrations continues till start of the August to end of August. So the whole month is busy. Besides that, thank you, Mayor, for taking me with you on DMMC dinner. I saw that you're very, very popular, and as crazy as I am with being so many non-for-profit boards that you support. So your name was taken 3 or 4 times throughout the event, so pretty popular.
They'd like to have fun with me.
You left your mark there with DuPage Mayor and Managers Conference. It was very seldom that happens. I walk into a room and I don't know anybody. So that was one of my events, all politicians, and this is a new world to me. So this was something that I was meeting. So thank you so much, Trustee Porter, for introducing me to a lot of people in that event. Golf outing, the only person who made a fool of himself, it was me, Trustee Porter. But that was my first time in my life being on the golf course, and that will be the last. That's how much I made fool of myself. So there was a lot going on in that week being, I did not ask for the time commitment that we went up 10 o'clock and got out like around 4. And I was exhausted to the T, and I had realized that we had a CIDC meeting right after that. So I showed up for that. So it's been kind of tough month altogether, but tough week. But all fun, expanding the network, met a lot of great people, so it's all good. CIDC meeting we had last Tuesday, and talked about stakeholders event that's scheduled for September 21st. And our topic, definitive ways to dismantle racism in our community. So that's something that will be held by a conference Zoom, and Leon Andrews will be the main speaker of the event. And the event will start at 5:15 and continue. So we are expecting participation in person. we are looking for a backup just in case because Leon is not only on Zoom, but out of the country at the same time. So we're going to try to make sure we have a backup and make sure that event goes smoothly. We had a development commission meeting. A concept plan was presented for southwest corner of Stearns and Redford for crematorium and township, town homes. The plan was too vague, to Development Commission has decided to send it back to come up with a little bit clearer, even though it is a concept plan, but it was too vague to even have a discussion. So that was sent back for a prop again. Discussed tobacco and vape shops. A recommendation to the board will be coming soon. Great discussion happened and real scenarios were shared to how it will impact the community and businesses in the community. So that will be presented to the board in September probably. So that will be it for me.
Very good. The folks that came before you with the concept plan, do they own the property? They don't? I don't know if that's normal for, it is? Because the Development Commission's taking some unusually with folks that own the property. All right, with that, we have no executive session. We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Before we ask for adjournment, I would like to acknowledge two gentlemen from the Development Commission who are here this evening. Very dedicated individuals. Joe is the chair of the Development Commission. I want to thank you both for coming. With that, we have a motion to adjourn. Christie, do we have to call the vote? All in favor, say aye.
We have a motion by trustee Prigge, who was the second. Lisa. Okay. Do we take the roll or got the ayes?
Do I have? Either way. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Meeting adjourned at 7:38.
Do we have a minute?